Hey guys, welcome to Tell Me Everything. This is a show where we sit down, talk to amazing people, and dive into conversations that inspire, motivate, and leave you feeling excited about your own life. Some weeks it'll be stories from people doing incredible things, and other weeks it'll just be me sharing what I'm learning, thinking about, or curious about. All the things that help us grow, laugh, and keep moving forward. We are talking ideas, ambition, friendship, life lessons, and all the little things that make life feel full and interesting. No filters here, no pretending, just good energy, real talk, and the kind of conversation you actually want to be a part of. So wherever you are listening from, in your car, on your walk, or at home, I'm glad you are here. Let's jump into it. Welcome back to another episode of Tell Me Everything. This week, it's just going to be me on the pod, just kind of talking and recapping because I am super excited. Last month when I did this, I had like a list of things that I wanted to kind of accomplish and start to put into motion. And I really feel like this March, like this spring break, because I was off from work, I actually executed and I conquered some of those goals. So I just kind of want to like unpack that and just kind of talk about what's coming up for me this week. Theme-wise, what I'm working on, and I don't know, just share. So I have shared in the past with you that I wanted to make some merch. I have my new hat on. I've been wearing it all the time. My friends are wearing them. It makes me so happy. I've honestly never had merch, and then I've always thought it was so cool, the people who started a brand or started something that have merchandise in honor of what they created. I just have always thought like, wow, that's so cool. You know what I mean? Like, I am that type of person that if I'm going to a fitness studio, I'm going to use that as an example. I'm going to buy one of the hoodies that say the name of this place. Like, I'm just one of those people. So finally, I have a hat. I'm a hat person. I just have 100 million hats. I don't know. I can never have too many hats. I kind of follow that motto. But yeah, so I got merchandise. My friends are wearing them. It makes me so happy to see. And I started like creating fun TikToks and like lip syncing to these dances. I'm not the best at that, but it is something I want to get better at because it's so funny. So I started that and I started making solo clips and voiceovers. So I'm really like honing in on this vision of putting more content creation in the face of this podcast because I do feel like that's something that needs to be, that I need to learn. Like, I really think that's something that like is so important for honestly us all, especially as we are moving into this 2026 new world era of AI. So yeah, and I'm enjoying it. So they're not burning me out. It's so funny. The TikToks and the funny videos are not burning me out. It's the pulling the clips from the podcast and making something creative that I feel like somebody's going to want to listen to. That is like, I don't know. I can't. That really bothers me. It's not even editing the full podcast. It's just those clips. I don't know. I'm trying to change my mindset about it so I can just embrace it. You know what I'm saying? So I'm working on that. And then I booked my trip to Spain. I have not been in another country and I think it was 7 years. So I went to Thailand and I can't remember the date, like the year, but it was 2 years before COVID. So if COVID's 5 years, then I haven't been out of this country in 7 years. Well, I went to Mexico last year for a wedding, but I don't count that. I mean like a international, true international trip. So yeah, I booked my trip to Spain and Portugal. So I'll be going to Spain in June. I'm even going to Ibiza. Wish me luck. I hope I make it. But I really do still have that party girl inside me. Like, I can't wait to listen to DJs, kind of wear skimpy bathing suits and just dance with my friend and just be in the moment. Like my soul literally needs that. And then we're going to Barcelona. Well, we start at Barcelona, then Ibiza, and then we're going to fly to Lisbon, which is Portugal. And I'm excited. So it has a mixture of like party and scenery and walking around. If you know me, I'm obsessed with walking. It clears my mind. And I just feel like this is going to be like my soul trip. Like I'm just in Quick little pause because I want to share something I genuinely use and love. If you've been listening for a while, you know I'm really intentional about my health, my sleep, my nervous system, just all of it. And one brand I've been falling in love with is Bond Charge. I do have an affiliate code with them, which means I may earn a small commission if you use it. So thank you in advance for supporting the show. I have their red light mask and I use it pretty much every single night. Honestly, if I skip it, I truly feel off. It's become part of my wind down ritual. I'll turn it on, I'll set it for 30 minutes, that's the max, and I usually play a guided meditation while I'm using it. It helps me just relax, regulate, and transition into sleep. And the results, I really do notice a huge difference. My fine lines look softer in the morning. My skin has that dewy glow. It just feels like part of my holistic well-being at this point. I also use their blue light blocker glasses. I put them on when I get home from work, especially as the sun is setting. It helps my eyes just adjust to a dimmer light and not stay so overstimulated from the bright lights and bright screens, which really supports my sleep. And their red light wand, that's what I started with. Now I pack it whenever I travel so I can still get my red light therapy in whenever I'm not home. If you want to try anything, the mask, the glasses, the wand, you can use code TME15 for 15% off. I'll link everything in the show notes. Thank you for supporting the brands that support this show. I don't know how to say this. I know I'm changing and I'm evolving and my life is going to look different in the next couple of months. So I'm embracing the change. So of course I'm holy shit, I don't know. I'm a homebody at heart. So booking a trip so far away from home gives me feelings of anxiety. I know once I'm there, I'm going to be in the moment. I'm going to be loving it. I'm excited for this experience, but I do like being home and being in an environment that I know it's me. I know what it is. It's kind of like a control thing, but I'm really pumped to go and sightsee another country. I saw a reel. It probably Shannon is her name, her handle, and she created this reel. She met her husband in Barcelona, and her reel is one of those trends that said take the risk because you never know where it's going to bring you. And basically, she had a one night stand with this guy in Barcelona. Fast forward, that's her husband now. They're happily married. They have a kid. And so the reel was take the risk and go live your life. And I was damn, this is so cool. I watched this reel 9 months ago and I thought it was cool. And that's really as far as I thought it was. And now here I am going to Spain. So I'm I hope I have a similar story. You don't know. You never know. So I am embracing it. If you have any recommendations for the places that I'm going, please, please, please let me know. Like I said, I know Ibiza's party central. I just do enjoy DJ music. So I know I'm going to have fun there and I know what to be expected. But if you have any recommendations, please let me know. And I love sightseeing and I love going on long, long walks. So when I'm in places like Barcelona and Lisbon, I kind of just can't wait to just not have a strict itinerary and just explore. Go in and out of coffee shops, go in and out of bars, go in and out of little boutiques and shopping. And that alone, if my trip is just like that alone, that's a successful trip for me. Of course, I'll probably do other excursions and stuff, but that's how low my expectation is for this trip. I just want this to be a soul trip. And like I said, I'm really proud of myself for just kind of booking it on a whim with my friend. We just got our credit cards out and just started booking flights. So we're taking a total of 4 flights because we're flying within Spain and then to Lisbon. And I'm just holy shit, I can't believe we just did that. My other trips that I went to that were overseas were not spontaneous at all. They were, one, I studied abroad, so I planned for it. I knew what, I just knew what I was signing up for. The other one was Thailand, and I talked about going to Thailand for a year, and then I finally just did it. So yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited to start this summer and have that be the kickoff. Then I come home in the middle of June or middle to end of June from Spain and Portugal, and I just kind of get to settle into the summer, work, get back into my groove, work on this podcast, and start different things that are going to generate me different income, because my loans are going to be due and like done. And then I can start shifting and trying something new. So I'm really excited. That's another thing I want to talk about is I started to put out feelers out into the world about different side jobs, different things I can learn. And what I mean by side jobs is not like what I'm doing at Montana Method, where it's like a little side money and I enjoy it because I like fitness. So like it hits different things for me. But no, this is not, I want something more than just side money. I want something that I can hone in on my skills and really build from, so I can, change the trajectory of where my life is going, because we all know education is not it. And I do feel weird airing this out so openly, but this is where I'm at. Like, this is where my heart is at. So I don't want to be fake. And, yeah, I don't know. So we'll see. So I'm going to spend the next couple months and then this summer hitting those goals, creating more content. I'm really proud of myself because I like the podcast. I like talking like I'm doing right now and putting it out there, but I'm not promoting it. So it's like whoever sees it are like the people who truly support me and want to see this grow, but I'm not. I know where I limit myself because I don't promote it. So now that I'm creating content, being goofy, showing that goofy side to me, like publicly, I'm like, this is not so bad. And I want to keep doing it. And the more I do it, I'm going to get more comfortable with it. And yeah, so I'm just proud of myself because that was a big hindrance on me in like growing this, because I just didn't want to be, for some reason, to me, talking on a podcast like this is a little bit more behind the scenes, even though, yes, it's very public, but it's like the minute you pull a clip and launch it and put it on social media, that to me is like public, because people are going to see that first and then go find your podcast. So it's almost like I try to live behind the scenes, and I don't want that anymore. Like, this is something I created. This is something I believe in. And all my guests that I have on here to talk, they don't deserve that either. So I'm going to start honing in on that. So you'll see more of me on social media. Sorry, not sorry. And yeah, so I'm excited. This is the year of the horse, they say. So all of the change that I was like longing for, I feel like it's finally happening, and I'm here for it. My friend Kat and I were working at Montana Method this morning, and I was talking to her about my trip, and she was like, that's crazy. You never take trips like that. Like, all of my trips have been for a bachelor party, or a friend wanted to do a weekend somewhere in the United States. Like I'm grateful for all my trips, but they were never like a soul. Like, it was never like, I'm feeling called to explore this place. So I kind of don't look up places to explore, as boring as that sounds. I see cool things on the internet, but I don't say like, oh, let's book this. I guess I'm not spontaneous like that. I don't know. But this trip, I'm doing it and I cannot wait. I just really think it's going to be great. And I'm excited. I'm going to also vlog the trip. I'm going to try. I'm going to see where I'm at by then, because that's going to be June 2nd. I leave for it. So that's 2 months of doing this type of vlogging and creating content. So we'll see where I'm at with the skills there. And we'll just see. It's a cool feeling. So I feel like if you listen to me and you don't, and you want to do something on the internet, like be a little bit more creative there, I say just follow your flow and just do it. My friend Natalie said, actually, she said it on the podcast when we recorded it. She's like, it's just a creative outlet. Like making TikToks and videos with your friends is just like a wonderful creative outlet. And now that I heard it that way, I don't see it as like, wow, you're obsessed with yourself, or you're just like videoing and this and that. You're obsessed with the camera. Like, I know I don't see it like that. Like, it really is a creative outlet. It really is cool. So this is the new world, guys. And this is how we're going to continue to create connections. I know people think it's inauthentic or it's but it's not, because we're still connecting and we're being creative, and the online digital footprint is changing us and it's not going away. So instead of fighting it, just work with it. As a little girl, this is another thing that I feel like I need to put my feet in the sand and just, I hope I'm saying this figure of speech right, but I just need to go with this, because I feel like I co-created this AI world with the universe. As a little girl, I used to literally say, I wish I had a robot to do my homework. What can I do to like remember when we had that website called Cliff Notes in college? Like, yeah, I would Cliff Notes things, but I would always just kind of want something to read Cliff Notes to me real quick so I could just get the homework done even faster. Like I just always longed for this. And now that I live in this world, I'm like, damn, I gotta go with it. This is like the world I always wanted to live in. I'm also a chronic texter, and I know I gotta work on that. But for those of you who don't want text all the time, I respect it. I get it. But now that I got like things like ChatGPT to buffer all my thoughts too, I'm like, this is amazing. This is truly amazing. So yeah, I don't know. I think I co-created AI along with, I'm sure, so many others that always said, I wish a robot could do this for me. Or I wish a robot could clean my room, or so. I don't know. I believe other people have had thoughts like this. For me, it was more so doing the homework, because I am dyslexic, so I don't actually enjoy sitting down reading a book. I like listening, and I think I listen better. I listen well, actually. And then when I'm listening and then I see the action of it done, that's how I absorb all of the information. Reading it and like visualizing it, sometimes I feel like I visualize it wrong or I misinterpret something. So reading honestly just never was my jam, and I always just wanted a shortcut in getting all that information out of a book. And now that AI is here, that's what we're getting and that's what we're working with. It's embraced in schools. So yeah, I am excited, truly. And that's honestly, I don't want to keep you on this podcast, this episode, that long. I just kind of wanted to give you a recap and let you know where I am at this month. So this month has been super cool because I did a lot of social media. I got a lot of podcast interviews done, and now I just need to edit them. And I'm excited. I'm really feeling the springtime energy, and I'm eager for summer to come. So yeah. All right, guys, this is all I have for you today. So until next week, I'll see you soon. Thanks so much for listening to Tell Me Everything. I hope today's episode gave you a fresh perspective, a little inspiration, or just something that made you pause and think. If you enjoyed it, make sure you are following the show so we can keep the conversation going. And share it with anyone you think might love it too. I'm so glad you spent this time with me today. Until next time.